Well guys, welcome back to yet another video on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Woohoojin. But before we get into Woohoojin and who he is and what he does, make sure to drop a like, subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a new video from me. So guys, without further ado, we're going to be talking about Woohoojin. So if you don't know who Woohoojin is, a Valorant coach. Essentially he teaches low level elo players to get better at the game, to get the desired rank they want, whether that be diamond, plat, gold, whatever. He teaches all the ranks. So that's fine, there's plenty of coaches in this game, you must think. Well, yes, but the reason why there's a bit of controversy around his name is because he faked being Radiant. So before he started, or before he blew up as a coach and a content creator on Valorant, he was advertising coaching as a Radiant Valorant coach. Now, however, it came out a couple of months ago, I mean 1 or 2 months ago, that he has faked being a Valorant Radiant level coach. I'm going to play a clip from a TikTok I have seen, and I'm going to leave the details in the description so I can give credit to the original creator of the video.
Woohoojin's a fraud. If you were ever Radiant, how could you ever de-rank down to Ascendant 3? It's legit impossible. So the only thing I could think of is that he got boosted. Do you guys agree or no? Think about it like this. He was 700 RR Radiant. For him to become Hardstuck Ascendant 3, it's a 7 rank difference in comparison. So it'd be like if you were a Diamond 3 player and you went down to Gold 2. Is that possible?
So as you guys can see, he did actually fake being a Radiant level coach. I shouldn't say a Radiant level coach. He did fake being a Radiant level player in Valorant. Now, is it the right thing to do to lie to your viewers about being Radiant? I would say it's not the right thing to do. Did he do what he did to propel himself to be #1? Yes, he did. Now, is it ethical to do? Well, that's for you guys to decide. Obviously, if you advertise being Radiant, it essentially draws more eyeballs to you as a Valorant coach because people respect you more as you have reached the pinnacle of Valorant, aka top 500 in whatever region you play. Obviously he wasn't a pro level player, but still hitting Radiant is still a hard thing to do. Unless you're Curry, well then it's easy for you, but let's not get into that. Essentially he faked being Radiant and he started his career off on a lie. Now he did apologize for it. He did make a video on this channel which I will link in the description so you can watch it in its full duration and make your own conclusions from that video. Do I feel like the hate that he has been recently receiving and his name being dragged through the mud? Do I think yes and no. The criticism he faced, it is fair because he did lie to the viewers in the end. But for people to constantly go into his chat and just type in random shit like, oh, you're not a Radiant level player, you're boosted, you're a fraud. Do I think that's right? No, obviously I don't. I don't condone bullying. I don't condone any of that shit that people do on the internet. I've essentially figured out that you can say everything on the internet because you're anonymous, so people can't say anything back to you or can't punch you in your face, as they say. But do I feel like the hate is deserved? Like I said, yes and no. He did fake being Radiant, but he's trying to prove his rights wrong, essentially, or something like that, whatever the saying is. He is trying to make it right by solo queuing to Radiant on his account that he bought from JG, I believe. So do I believe that he can hit Radiant? I do believe that he can hit Radiant. It's just a matter of time, in my opinion. It does take a long time, and you need to essentially commit most of your day to playing Valorant if you want to hit Radiant. Like I said, it's not something he can do all the time because he does stream and he does this coaching for free, unlike some other people which I'm not gonna name. $200 fucking for Valorant training that you can't even train. But anyway, there was also some drama surrounding his name because he was queuing with JG, the guy that boosted the first account to Radiant, and he told his viewers he's going to solo queue to Radiant. But apparently someone figured out that he had played a couple of games with the same guy. I think it was a handful of games, nothing much, nothing major essentially, and people were getting onto his back for that as well. Obviously I don't agree with that as well. I think he can queue with whoever the fuck he wants. If JG is his friend and he wants to queue with him, well, go ahead and do it. I do understand where people are coming from because he said he's going to solo queue, but you guys have to understand that Valorant solo queue is like going into a literal sabotage game. If they know essentially you're like a popular streamer, aka Woohoojin or whoever it is, they might try to stream snipe snipe your games, or they might try to throw your games for some free elo. What I mean by free elo is if their friend is in an enemy team, they might throw it so their friend gets elo, etc. It's been happening since the game's first release, and Riot doesn't seem to do anything about it, so we can't get into that topic too much further anyway. So now obviously what Woohoojin has done isn't right, but at the end of the day he is trying to solo queue to Radiant to show people he's able to do it alone, and the coaching he does provide for people is free coaching. And what I mean by free, you still have to subscribe to his Discord channel, but it's not crazy amount of money that they're going to be spending on coaching, like I alluded to a previous streamer that does coaching.
Which, by the way, if you ever purchase a coaching for more than $5, you are mentally ill. Never ever purchase coaching from anyone for $200.
But yeah, like I said, Woohoojin's coaching for that amount of price, or even for free sometimes, he watches the games on streams and he gives you notes on how to improve on the game. I have yet to see someone complain about the coaching he has given, which means that the content he does provide to people for free is actually good content and actually good advice on how to become a better player in Valorant. I have tuned into his streams a couple of times just to see what he's talking about, and honestly, before I had a 7-month break from the game, I was immortal in this game, which you could consider a high elo, but I think high elo starts when you hit Radiant. But anyway, the knowledge and notes and advice he can provide to a low level player, I think is invaluable when it does come down to training. I do believe it does help a lot of players to get better at the game and maybe make the game a little bit more enjoyable for them if they can hit the higher level ranks. Now, I'm not going to be riding his banana, no pun intended, with regards to the situation. Yes, he has fucked up in the beginning. He lied that he was a Radiant level coach. But do I think that we should cancel Woohoojin or stop watching his streams? No, obviously not. I still do believe that he is a good content creator and he is a good coach. He just made a vital mistake at the beginning of his career, which we're all human. We are going to be making mistakes. We probably said and did things that we wish we never did. And I'm probably, if I was to guess, Woohoojin has the exact same thing right now. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about this topic, and thank you so much for watching this video once again. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.